Alright, let's talk about Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, the first in the trilogy. This is going to be spoiler free right now. When it moves over to spoilers, and when I want to talk about everything a little bit more, I will announce that. This will be spoiler free. First of all, runtime. What an amazing... I didn't even look at the runtime beforehand. I got told by the people I was with that it was about an hour and 40 minutes. Fucking liars. I had to pee 1 hour in. I was like, oh, maybe after this fight it's going to be over. It kept going on and on and on, which is my fault. But it's not a movie you can really go to the toilet. These movies, 2 minutes, you miss a lot of shit. I didn't know when to go, so I held it in and I fought through the whole time. Trying to pack that, we're not getting a season, we're getting a movie. I was really surprised of the runtime and what it fit into the storyline. It doesn't play around. It doesn't go back, do like a 20-minute little backstory for people who might not know what Demon Slayer is and are going to the cinemas to watch it. No. It gets straight into it. And if you like that, which obviously we do, I mean, if you're not watching Demon Slayer and you go watch it, it's a bit odd. Like, you don't know what any backstory. But it gets in there right out the gate, which I thoroughly enjoyed, not having to sit there for a while and watch backstory. It's just go from the beginning, which is really commendable. So this is part 1 out of 3. My raw rating right now, so just as a standalone movie, and not, at the end when there's all 3 are combined and you're watching it in one run, you're probably going to be looking at it a 9 to 9.5. But as a standalone movie and spoiler free, this, I would give it probably an 8.5 at the moment. It had everything. It had tears, it had laughs, goosebump kind of scenes. It made you think. It's my first anime that I've actually gone to, and I went IMAX or VMAX or whatever they call it. The big power sound and the screen, and it was awesome. Really, really fun. And usually I just watch them at home. I've watched anime movies, but I usually just watch them at home. And this time I thought I'd go out and watch it, and I will not. You get to pause and grab snacks and stuff, but honestly, the experience. I went and watched the subbed version. I watched the subs. It was amazing, and I'll honestly, from now on, I'll watch all movies anime style in cinemas when they're out. I think there's a Chainsaw Man coming out movie, so I'm definitely going to see that. So let's talk about the sound, the music. It was inserted when it needed to be inserted. The timely position that these sounds and we've had little sprinkles of the Infinity Castle throughout the other seasons, but to hear it on hearing that dong, that the guitar, or sorry, not the guitar, the instrument being played, and in the cinema, it felt surreal, and it felt like you were in an empty space. The plot was strong. Definitely worth a watch. Definitely worth paying $20 to go see it. It's everything you want in a Demon Slayer. They just continued it. Really, there wasn't much change from season to movie. Really well done, and I'm definitely going to be watching it again. But yeah, I'll give it an 8.5. The CGI, the animation, it was just, when it needed to be done, it was clean and crisp and just perfect. Alright, I think that's going to do for no spoilers, because I really want to talk about it more. So no spoilers is about to end. Go see it. It's got 98% Rotten Tomatoes. There's still people watching it last night when I went. If you love Demon Slayer, yeah, even wait for it to come out if you want, but it's definitely worth a watch. If you want to get deeper into the story and the last arc, 100% worth it. Okay, let's go into spoilers. We are doing spoilers. I'm not going to go crazy in depth. Before I speak, I have not read any manga, okay? And so I don't know anything beyond the movie and what's happened before and context cues. And also, I'm going to 100% stuff up these names, but I'm sorry, I stuff up all names everywhere, no matter what. It is what it is. I'll try my best. I'm going to break it down, but pretty much there was 3 fights. So let's go into first fight, which was Doma and Shinobu. Now, yes, there was bits and pieces where they weren't fighting. The plot line that's going on throughout the movie is obviously finding the Demon Lord. 2, mapping out the Infinity Castle. These 3 children really mapping together the castle. So they're in the background between the scenes, trying to connect the dots and work out if there's any kind of rhythm or rhyme to this kind of blood demon nut that's going on that they can crack the code and figure out. But before we can go through all that, but really I just want to talk about the 3 fights. So we have Doma and Shinobu. Doma's an upper rank 2. Now going into this, I wasn't confident on Shinobu. You know, she has her skills with the poison, etc. But I was not confident that she was going to defeat Doma. An upper rank 2. As he was getting attacked, he was synthesizing the antidote and pushing out the poison pretty much straight away. I didn't have much hope, and I did think she was going to die. He is a freaky, don't know how to describe him. He makes you unsettled, and the way he talks about human bodies and eating them and whatnot while smiling and being happy, and it's very, very unsettling. It's, this movie invokes a lot. This is a bit of a tangent, but it invokes a lot of real life human condition experiences. One thing when I was watching it that I wanted to speak up on about is, and a lot of animes do this, but specifically this one, I wish I had quotes and whatnot, but I didn't write anything down. But a lot of the dialogue really related to the human condition and the rough human life and experiences that are undertaken every day. And it's it's confronting reality of the situation and of what we're capable of or not capable of. It's very, very, very intriguing dialogue. Demon Slayer is. It can be related a lot to your daily life. Not talking about Doma exactly, it's a bit of a side tangent, but there were some things that just hit me. I can't say specifically because I didn't write them down, but some things related so much to life, and I know it's a show and these are just animes and whatnot, but it does reflect. They have a really good grasp on life, and to hear it come back at you and what they're saying, and you're like, this actually is how humans are. This is the human condition. It's a bit scary. But Doma is a freaky individual. He's a straight psychopath. Watching his backstory, there was no empathy, sympathy. There was no sadness. It was like, this guy's fucked up. He was, I guess, brought up and conditioned to be someone that he wasn't. But he is strong. He is fucking strong. I don't know how they're going to beat him. Again, I haven't read anything further. Obviously, I do know that Shinobu did get ingested by him. And I know that she did a lot of poison tests on herself and has, I think, down the track in the next movie, the ingestion of Shinobu is going to cause some kind of havoc on Doma, where the poison inside, she's like a poison bomb pretty much. It's going to really take effect of him and slow him down, and I think that might happen maybe in the next movie straight away. But yeah, that's that fight. The backstory of Shinobu her sister dying by upper rank too. It's just, it was sad. Oh, so much sadness, but also happiness sometimes as well. But I did have a feeling that she wasn't going to make it out. And unfortunately, she didn't. But hopefully, her sacrifice is for the greater good, which we might see in the next movie or two. And he's just a scary villain. And I don't know how they're going to beat him. But the sound, the music, the backstory of her, again, with her sister, it's sad. And I wanted her to kill him, but I did know, they never give up. These demon hunters don't give up. And it's, I don't know what it invokes in me when I watch these, but it's like, fuck, I don't want to give up, keep going. And it's inspiring. Even being an anime, it's epic. It's fucking epic. All right, the second one, we have Zenitsu and his senior or older brother, I believe, Kaigaku. Look, Zenitsu, I love him. When he gets beat down time and time again, and then gets into that state of mind where he just shuts off and Zen mode, and then fires up, and comes back with a power level that's so high that it caught him off guard, and he created the new form, which absolutely fucked his brother up that he wasn't expecting. And the backstory for him, his older brother, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't really sad again. Didn't really make me feel bad for him. It was more. Honestly, the backstory was more like Zenitsu. He's looking up to his older brother, even though he treated him like shit, and sticking up for his older brother no matter what. And the grandpa storyline when Zenitsu's passing away, that he sees his grandpa on the other side. I knew he wouldn't be able to cross it. It's just, that was so sad. A lot of these demons, which we'll keep talking. I'll come back to this point with the demons and how they become the demons they are, and at such a low point in their life, and why backstory is important. The backstory in Demon Slayer is solid. I know there's some people in the next third one were a bit over it, but it is what it is. But we got to show a solid fight between brothers. It was, it was intense. It had the backstory when needed, had the fighting when needed. I just love Zenitsu. I just love when he goes into that mode and you just know he's about to fuck some shit up. Now, the last battle, the third arc of the story, is Tanjiro, Giyu, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, and Akaza. Now, this had a little bit of backlash I saw online. I don't really care, to be honest. Akaza, his backstory was probably from what I can remember, one of the strongest backstories of a demon. It was sad, and people didn't like, I think, how long it went for. But it's so I don't understand. It's so important. Like, as a human, you're trying to relate to how these demons got there, and for each one, there is something they've reached the pinnacle of, which has made the demon lord, I forgot his name, so that's why I'm saying demon lord, come to them at that point of their lowest of the low. And for example, when I was talking about this before, this is what I mean. Akaza was at such a low point in his life of vulnerability, of sadness, of giving up. Life didn't mean anything. He lost the will to live. And when you lose that will to live, and in real life, that's when temptations begin and start to lurk. And what happened to him was horrible. The problem I always have is it's so hard to to feel sorry for them, because one, he killed 67 people, but two, they're hundreds of years old now, and they've killed thousands, if not tens of thousands, of innocent children and women and men and other demon hunters. It's like, well, yes, there's the backstory, and it's sad, and who you are might have disappeared through the whole becoming a demon process, or some memories get wiped, some don't. His specifically were. It's sad. It was sad, but it's so hard to try to get that next, to shed a tear, to get to the tear range. I'm like, nah, fuck, these people don't deserve my tear. They're still demons that have killed thousands of people. But there's been so much backstory already in Demon Slayer. What do you expect? It was a powerful backstory that kept going throughout, and it was sprinkled in here and there as the fight progressed. It's not like we didn't get fighting. We got backstory fighting, and the fighting between Giyu and Tanjiro was, I think, at the moment, the best, one of, if not the best battle scene. Right at the end, they're working together, from where they begun, from where they begun to where they are now, and working together and syncing up, fighting for each other and preventing each other's deaths. Fucking awesome. Really fucking awesome. It was a fantastic scene. It was so, it's hard to compare animes and fight scenes and whatnot, and you don't want to go over the top and say this is the best ever, but it really was. The way they did it was it's just great. Giyu had a part to play. Tanjiro had a part to play, figuring his what did he go through, the transformation of the selfless, and trying to figure out through it, and Akaza of how to defeat him, and how he's got that magnetized shot to his body. It was really well done. I don't know any other words. I know I gave it an 8.5 still, but just because I know there's more to come, it might be even greater. I need to reserve some at the moment. But I was really taken aback that he ended up, he gave in. He gave in to what was supposed to be his wife. He gave into those feelings of human and wanted to become a full human again, and really rest. And they all have their motivations becoming demons. Kaigaku wanted power. He was at the lowest of his low. He was spiteful. He was the lowest of the low of being a spiteful little bitch. That's what happens. And that demon lord is temptations of daily life. I don't want to get deep. I'm sorry, but it's true. It reflects reality. But this show was amazing. From the music to the score to the feeling in the IMAX theater of the Infinity Castle. It truly felt that. I felt like I was there. The atmosphere. Just I can't look. Go see it. I rambled enough. There's some spoilers in there. I haven't gone down into everything. I'm sure you can nitpick every little thing. I'm not here to do that. But that's it. You should go watch it. Definitely have some feedback down below. If you thought things could be better, let me know. From the storylines of all to the battles to the storyline in between. It was fantastic. Okay, see ya. Bye.